blog is Subtopia, a field guide to military urbanism. So I'm going to start it off. Here we go. This is the new American embassy in Baghdad. It's I thought the definitive military urbanism on the planet right now. It's 104 acres. It's the size of the Vatican City. And you know, I just think what the Iraqi people must think of this thing when they see it. I mean, if there ever were a structure that existed, it said we just replaced one dictator for another. I pretty much think this is it. This is the biggest private military base in the world. It's 7,000 acres. It's in North Carolina. It's owned by this company Blackwater. You've probably heard of them. For the last 10 years, they've made about $1 billion in mostly no-bid contracts, providing diplomatic security around the world for the Americans. They're getting ready to build a base in the Philippines, in San Diego. They're last seen in New Orleans. This is a FEMA lot, actually, for all these these unused FEMA trailers. And ironically, Hope, Arkansas, basically bought about 145,000 FEMA trailers when the hurricanes hit. And they didn't know, FEMA didn't know that Louisiana had passed a law that regulated against this kind of housing in floodplains, so most of these trailers didn't even get used. Now they're on sale for 40 cents to the dollar. That's a lot of tax dollars down the drain. This is a Walmart bunker, a data storage bunker, literally a bunker. I mean, it's embedded in the ground, glass-proof walls, has this disguised roof. The New York Times put out an article in 2004 that Walmart was embarking on this massive video surveillance database. And so now there's these big fears because this has gotten real secret that they're kind of representing this new domestic front on domestic surveillance. This is a salt pit in Afghanistan. It was one of the first sites that kind of came to light when the Washington Times wrote the story in the CIA's secret extraordinary rendition program. The light building on the right was not there several years ago, and it was just recently built. And I think it's a CIA interrogation facility. This is a billboard put together by a friend of mine, John in Berkeley, and Trevor Patrick, and his buddy in Athens here in New York, actually, from John Emerson. It's a billboard in LA, and they've been doing this research on all the routes of the extraordinary rendition secret CIA flights. Basically, just co-opt these, modify these commercial planes, and they kind of swap these airports, and they risk co-opting people facilities around the world. This is Ireland, Northern Ireland, during kind of the 60s and 70s, the guerrilla warfare conflict up there. You look at this wall, it's a picture taken by John Milley, he came out with a cool book called Castles of Ulster. But if you look at this, you realize it can kind of be anywhere on the planet right now, and there's so many walls like this that are going up. Particularly right here, like this is Bethlehem in the West Bank. There used to be two roads with access to Jerusalem from the West Bank, but one has been totally cut off, and this is the other one. There's this massive gate. People can only get in and out when the Israeli defense forces decide to open it. So, next slide, right? All right, good. So, yeah, this is the West Bank, the Israeli security wall. And, I mean, the irony is that that was just the fall of the Berlin Wall. The world just kind of went on this border fence building boom. I mean, there's border fences going up everywhere. There's one going right now between Uruguay, Paraguay, and Brazil, up to the U.S.-Mexican border. I mean, the Middle East is carved up like a matrix with border walls. You might think this is the West Bank, it's actually U.S.-Mexico. The thing is, U.S.-Mexico, they're not building necessarily physical walls, and there's a lot of controversy, you probably know about it, but they've devoted this whole laboratory now, like border fence design. So they're looking at virtual border fences using ground sensors and drones and different surveillance technologies. And so I'm really interested in sort of the evolution of the border fence, how far we've come from like the days of the Roman Empire now to this techno-militaristic approach of we're going to need physical walls more. This to me just points out the absurdity of like the wall strategy to stop migration. You've got the wall that puts out in the middle of the ocean. I mean, it just shows what does the wall do? It just pushes people to the outer regions, to either under or over or around. It's the balloon effect by going around. And this picture, when I first saw it, I didn't know what it was. I thought it was a Marlboro cigarettes ad. It's kind of weird and sexy. It's got this kind of cowboy guy there. It's actually, he's a Minuteman. And this is him building a border fence on a private ranch in Arizona. And I think they've built 2 fences so far, and they're actually kind of falling apart, the Minutemen, thankfully. This just shows you the desperation that migrants are willing to, lose their patience, the kind of tactics they're willing to do to get into this country where there's more opportunity. And a wall strategy is going to have to attend to this. Maybe it's time to refit the wall strategy. This picture just kind of blew me away when I saw this guy. There's another picture I could show. It's captured by the Border Patrol. The guy named on the database the chair guy. Again, the walls, what are they doing? To drive people underground. This is a whole new front kind of crop up around the world, but particularly along the U.S.-Mexican border. In the last 5 years, they've found 50 tunnels along the U.S.-Mexican border. This isn't a gallows. It's actually an old sewage infrastructure. It's still used to straddle the two nations. But it's certainly what one journalist called it, kind of immigration super highway. It's totally militarized now. It's been kind of underground guerrilla warfare going over there. This is in Gaza, probably the most tunneled border in the world. I think in the last 10 years they've discovered, the Israeli Defense Forces have discovered about 150 tunnels. But one estimate says that there's really close to probably about 250 in existence, so they don't know half about them. Which just represents the whole movement of this underground thing. The more we militarize the surface and these border zones get hard, the more we're just driving all underground. This is a detention facility in Raymondville, Texas, where we've taken the Mexican migrants and they're stuck in this thing. It's supposed to be 20 to 90 days. Comfortable oxygen in the air, clean food, the lights on all day, they bury their heads in the sleeping bags and then they lay around all day for their lives. And, this is a detention facility on Christmas Island. It's a little island off the coast of Australia, recently built. Australia they really don't allow, or they try not to allow refugee seekers, asylum seekers to land on Australia because they do not provide recourse, juridical recourse. And so they built these kind of garrison all these islands off the course of the coast of Australia and just lock them in prison islands. These are literally these floating prisons in the Netherlands. Which just represents to me the structures of sort of today, in terms of how we're just uprooting so many people. So we kind of a new global population, a floating population of refugees are just now really stuck in detached places, literally floating out in the middle of no kind of legal recourse. I want to end on the Great Wall of China because it's the single biggest structure, man-made structure that's seen from space. But if you think about all these border fences kind of coming together in this new geopolitical context that's sort of dividing the world, it's this new geography of globalization, potentially all these fences come together to form a new universal kind of run-on global border wall, and that's pretty much it.